let's go to our last topic. And the last topic, of course, is the big enchilada. We have a national election for president coming up. And virtually since the day she was nominated as a Democratic nominee for president, the national polls have sitting Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump tied in a dead heat. 3 weeks are remaining, and everybody is still jockeying for, those elusive votes in the swing states. So Nancy, I think, to be fair, Vice President Harris was put in a tough position when she accepted the nomination. She inherited a campaign from President Joe Biden that was, very dispirited and having to dance around politics, which she may or may not support. But she's part of the administration. And this is, former Vice President Hubert Humphrey had to do this in 1968 when he was running to succeed President Lyndon Johnson. Can she win?
Well, I certainly hope she can. I hope she can pull it off. I mean, the challenge is for her opponent, your guy, is anathema to so many people just by his behavior and what he says that, she doesn't have to do anything. She just has to be like a normal person. And there's some expectation that she needs to be FDR or, JFK or Obama to get out there in terms of her speeches and whatnot. But, she's in an interesting situation given the dynamics of what she's been drawn into. I think she can pull it off. Everyone's working very hard to make that happen on the Democratic side. And, I don't know what the ground game is on your side, apart from Elon Musk. If that makes you proud, go for it. But it's going to be a real statement over who this country is going forward.
So Nancy, before I go to Laurie, I just a follow-up question, which is in 2020, Mrs. Harris didn't make it past the initial primaries because her positions were overly progressive for your party. And so is your party totally going to be in lockstep with what she stands for? Joe Biden was the moderate choice, not the progressive choice.
I don't think she's so progressive. She was a prosecutor. She puts people in jail. She's got a Glock. That is not your progressive person.
Yes.
Maybe you all have that too in your glove compartment. I missed that. But, I don't think she comes across as so quote unquote left wing as people might consider. I think getting through the primary is a challenge for folks. And, she hit the wall there back then, but that was then. This is now.
All right. Well,
the question is for you guys: are you going to follow Hogan's lead and vote for Reagan? Which is what he did.
I don't quite get that, but
Hogan said he cast his ballot and he voted he wrote in Reagan. I encourage you all to do that.
That's the vote is secret, the vote is private. So Laurie, what Nancy says is partially true. President Trump is a known commodity, and he's loved by many, but he's also loathed by many. So what's going to happen?
If you just listen to Trump and not all of the media and all of the haters, you'll get it. And I'm sorry that you don't, Nancy. If you listen to the economic club of Chicago a few days ago, I saw the whole thing, and he got a lot of liberal people in the room. He had a standing ovation at the end. He was brilliant with his knowledge about the economy, and I was amazed about what he said. He shows a great vice presidential candidate in J.D. Vance, who has been a champion for the middle class. And he's really, with his Hillbilly Elegy book in the movie, and his eloquence and his brilliance when he was in the debate. I mean, he couldn't have picked a better vice presidential candidate who could take his place.
Laura, we got about 10 seconds left.
Okay, so yeah, I really feel that Trump is the momentum is building. I'm excited about it, but we got to vote. Everyone has to vote, and vote your conscience. Vote what, not just about the character, but about the kind of CEO you want to help our country. A nice, normal person is not what we need. We need a fighter. We need a person who will dodge a bullet and say, fight, fight, fight. That's who we need.
Well, thanks, Laurie. And Nancy, I'm not going to give you the last word, other than to give a plug, because I know you're so heavily involved as an election judge. Early voting starts next Thursday, and it goes on for a week. And I know that I'll probably see you at the Potomac or I guess it's Falls Road is the community center.
Well, it depends. If you vote on election day, I'll see you at Potomac Elementary. If you vote early, I may be there on Falls Road, but there's a cast of characters that will be there.
Well, that's great.